Hello, I am Brianna. Welcome to my Life on Paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. And I'm so excited to bring you another scrap, a sketch creative team layout. And today's sketch is number 157. And here it is now. And then I want to show you how I figured out how big to make the tags. So this is the canvas in Cricut Design. And so what I do is I make a 12 by 12 square, and then that way I know how big I need things in relationship to the page. So I've gone ahead and cut out those tags, and I've already cut the mats as well. So now I wanted to show you that I took um, two of them were originally 3x4 photos. The other two were 4x6, and I'm trimming them down to 3x4. So I'm going to have four 3x4 photos on the layout. I already have the mats ready to go. And then actually I cut them down to 3x4, and then I figure out they have to be a little shorter than 3x4. And I believe I've trimmed the ones on top already, because the paper that I had was 4 inches high. Yep, 4 inches high. So I needed them a quarter inch shorter. So that's what I'm doing there. I might say this every time, but I am so in love with Lisa's sketches, and they're so versatile. I do have this paper by, I believe it's Echo. Oh, no, this is Photo Play. It is from Camp Happy Bear, and that's the fish paper in the background. I use just cardstock to mat the photos. And then I also have some of the, some of the ephemera and some of the card parts from Happy Bear by Photoplay. Um, and then I also have some of the ephemera from Creative Memories that you'll see up in the upper left corner. And then I actually have some of Scrap of Sketches printables. The printables are on the right-hand side, and that is from the Take a Break collection. And I have gone ahead and fussy cut all those out. I've used them on one other layout so far. So they're going to work good on this layout. So the pictures are of my husband and the boys on his side of the family. There's a bunch of cousins and uncles, and they go fishing every year. They all get together and rent some cabins for a week and go fishing. So these pictures are documenting that. Right now, I'm taking the tiny attacher and taking ribbon, and it's like a silvery gray ribbon, and just attaching that over the tag hole there, which is really just a circle cut out on the Cricut. I have that postcard stamp from my stash. I ended up not using it. It's a little bit large for this one, so I put that aside. But right now I'm getting out those different embellishments. So the Go Jump in the Lake is from Photo Play, whereas the lures and the fishing poles, the circular item, and the You Are So Fly, as well as the hook, line, and sinker, I believe those are all from Creative Memories. And then I'm going to look through the Scrap a Sketch printables, and I'm going to find this circle that says travel, and a geotag there with a heart in it. It's got yellow color, so I thought that was good to bring into there. Here is a sign. The four different boards say fun times, get away, relax, and take a break. And then I'm looking for binoculars because I know those are in there. Um, there's a postcard. I'm going to use that for some journaling. At first, I think I might use two of them. I do find the binoculars, and then I decide I need to do something on the background paper. I'm just looking to make it a little bit more interesting. There's just some kind of white, what we would call white spots, even though it's gray paper. So I grab out some stamps, and I just got some stamps from Amazon, and there is kind of like a part of a map on the stamp. So I'm going to try that out for the first time. I'm feeling pretty confident with where I want the embellishments to go, so now I'm going to move them off the page kind of close up to where they will go back onto the page, and then moving the tags out of the way, I'll start stamping. But I do use this creative close to my heart grid that on the other side is cushioned for stamping. So there's the first one, and it comes out beautifully, but I decide I don't want them beautifully. I want them kind of uneven. So I take it off the block, and then I'm going to stamp it down. which makes me happy. Look at that. And then I'm going to try to see. Right now I'm having a play because I know if I don't like it, I can turn the paper over. So I lay it on top and look, to me, it looks perfect. I mean, I know it's not perfect, nor should it be perfect, but even that laying them next to each other, whoever did this design of the stamp, I really like it because it looks like it could be continuous there. So I put the tags back down to see if I like it, and I do. There's another kind of a blank spot to the left there, so I'm going to take this. It's kind of a ticket, but I thought, fishing license or who the heck knows what receipt, I don't know. So I will stamp that down there, and I'm using Twilight ink by Catherine Pooler, and then I take a compass. That's a Bow Bunny compass, and I really like it. I've used that several times, and I'm going to stamp that down. Again, not perfect, and I know that my embellishments are going to kind of fill in everything else, so that I'm really happy with the background right now. So I can bring back in my embellishments. By the way, those stickers on the left-hand side there, they are Paper Studio stickers, and I ended up not using them on this layout. They just don't have the same mood and feel as the rest of the items are, so I wanted to use these instead, and I will have those stickers for another layout. I'm going to move things around a little bit. Originally, I think the binoculars were kind of sitting over by the postcards. They were kind of blending in with, not blending in, but it was all green over there. So I switched that out with the fishing lures, and then I bring the post back in, and I do move the circle up by the geotag to the left upper corner of the lower photos, and then I'll go ahead and get everything stuck down. Some things will be flat, and then I like to pop things up on foam adhesive tape. It just gives it a little bit more interest. So that's what I'm doing now, and I think my foam adhesive tape is just from Hobby Lobby. I have gotten it in the past from the dollar store as well. I have heard that YouTube sometimes unsubscribes people without them knowing. So if you wouldn't mind checking to make sure you're subscribed. And then the other thing is that I don't usually ask people to subscribe, but I guess some people do forget. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing if you haven't, I would appreciate that. I am working on 2024. I am a chronological scrapbooker, and I still have stuff from like January, February, March, which I'm really working on, but these photos just worked out so good for this late. I'm so excited how this turned out. I do like to lay things out before gluing them down, and then once I get them exactly where I want them, I do hold them in place while I glue them down, so I'm not trying to figure out where they were meant to go. I will have the Scrap a Sketch Facebook group linked as well as the website. You can go to the website and look at there's sketchbooks offered as well as stencils, and then there is a membership for premium sketches, and I will also have a discount code at the end of the video. Can you believe how good all of these things match? So the signpost is a Scrap a Sketch. The hook, line, and sinker with the same exact yellow is from Photoplay, and it just all comes together. So I am using the white linen shimmer spray to make splatters, and that is going to be the last thing I do on this layout. So until next time, may your memories always have a home on paper.